Alright guys, today we're going to be doing the day in the life of a 21-year-old HVAC tech. So today I've already ran one call in the morning. It was just a regular maintenance. We got that all checked up. Basically all I did was I checked up all the unit in the heating and cooling functions and make sure everything was working well and gave the coil a nice bath. So now our next call is not until 1 p.m. It's all the way in Gainesville. So right now it's 10 a.m. So we stopped at Dunkin' Donuts. We're going to go ahead and get some breakfast and I'm going to take you guys along with me for the rest of the day. So let's go. Alrighty, so we finished our breakfast at Dunkin' and we've been driving for about an hour now. We're almost at the next customer's house. I've been to her house before. She's a nice lady, so we're gonna go ahead and get her maintenance done, her routine maintenance, and check out her unit. Make sure all the equipment is working good, make sure the Freon is good, all the electrical and starting components, and give it a nice clean bath, and just make sure everything is up to code for the summer. Alright, so we just arrived for the maintenance. We just got done speaking with the customer. So she just got a new unit. She used to have an old furnace. She just upgraded her system to a heat pump. So we're just going to take a look and check everything out, make sure everything's working good. I see that she has a UVC light in there, protecting her from biological growth, which is good. We're going to open up her system, just make sure everything electrically is functioning perfectly, making sure that coil is nice and clean, and we'll get on with the maintenance. So I'm just inspecting the bottom of the coil. If you look here, it's nice and clean. We're going to go ahead and open up the system just to make sure with the top of the coil and all the electrical stuff is working fine here. This unit carries 454B refrigerant, which is the new refrigerant. Alright guys, so come take a look at this. So right in here, we have the inside of the air handler. Right here, you can see the top of the evaporator coil looks nice and clean. And we have the blower wheel, and the blower wheel is ran by a starting capacitor there. We got our electrical boards, control boards, and we got our breaker panel right here, and all our low voltage, high voltage wiring. And in the back here, we have an electrical heat strip. So we're just going to go ahead and do a couple tests here just to make sure everything's working good, up to code. Alright guys, so the first thing I usually do when I open up the air handler is I go ahead and I do a little visual inspection, make sure there's no biological growth, since in Florida there's high humidity, which causes moisture buildup inside of the unit, which can cause biological growth to form. With this being a brand new unit, everything looks nicely clean. She also has this UVC light system inside of her return plenum. It's keeping everything nice and clean in there on that side. Then I go ahead and check the blower amperage, which is 2.11. If we look here at the data plate, it looks like it's supposed to be within 3.4, so it's under that, which means that it's not working hard, which is good. Next, I'm going to go ahead and just shut this breaker off. Alright guys, so I just took a couple pictures up here in the inside of the blower. I usually take a lot of pictures just so we have our pictures uploaded in our customer profile, so that when we come back out here for maintenance, we can kind of monitor how things were 6 months ago versus how they are now, so that we kind of know where everything's at the times of service. So you'll see me taking a lot of pictures while I'm doing all my checks. When you guys get into HVAC, make sure you're taking a lot of pictures, because pictures are going to save you from a lot of trouble. When you get pictures of everything, you can see how things were when you serviced the system. And also, if you're not sure about how to wire something up, if you took a picture of it before you started messing with wires, now you know how things wire up. So I just checked the capacitor starting component for the blower. It is a 20 microfarad capacitor, and it is reading 19.46, so we know that is good. So we're all set in the air handler. Just checked everything out, and we're putting the panel back on. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and go out to the condensing unit, the outside unit. And we're going to go ahead and check all the parts and make sure everything is within manufacturer spec. And then we're also going to clear out the drain line and wash down the coil. So let's get to it. Alright, so I just took the electrical panel off, read the data plate. I'm going to go ahead and start all of my electrical checks. Check the compressor amperage, check the fan motor amperage, and then check the starting capacitor. and make sure that the board is communicating with the whole system.
Yeah. Huh?
Right now I'm filling up the drain line back up so there's no trap, an airlock in there, so that the unit functions properly. If I don't fill it back up, then the water could potentially, it could push back into the pan and cause the unit to break down. It'll cause the unit to shut off. Alright, let's go ahead and get cleaned up here. Grabbing all our tools, making sure our workspace is nice and organized, and making sure the customer's house is exactly how I left it. Freaking drop that freaking pressure washer, dude. Guys, I wish I brought an extra pair of pants, man. Check it out, guys. So that is what we call the algae buildup inside of the drain line that we got all out. Alright guys, we just finished up that last call. Everything checked out good. So that was our last call for the day. We only had 2 calls. It was a pretty short day. And we're going to go ahead and fill up our car because it is on E. And we need gas to get back to the office. So let's do it. So I'm looking over here at these gas prices, bruh. Why is it $4.31? It's getting way too expensive. I don't know where you guys are at, but we're in Florida. And this is crazy. $51. $51.99. $51.99. $51.99. Alright, that was the first day in the life of a 21-year-old HVAC tech. Subscribe for more videos.